Back room, speaking about John Hillerman, how much of a leader has he been in that room?
Oh, he's been a big-time leader. You know, he's a lot of experience. He's been around for a long time, and he's had a really successful college career. And I think that what he brings is experience, knowledge, great work ethic. You know, he's a great example, and you know, he just does everything the right way.
Is he holding on? I mean, you can envision him starting. You know.
Yeah, well, I don't know that we look at it exactly that way. I mean, you know, we look at him and Raheem both having huge roles for us, and you know, but yeah, absolutely, he's a starting player, you know, for our team, and he's a, you know, he's like I said, I think he's more than just a great leader for our unit. He's going to be a great leader for our team. He's a guy that, you know, you could kind of put it on his back a little bit and probably load up the carries, and he's going to do a great job.
What's Pacheco been like through camp so far?
He's awesome. You know, I mean, he's there's a lot of learning going on for him, but his effort's great. He's super talented. He's got a great attitude when he makes mistakes. He's so dialed in to try and fix them. You know, he really is just doing a great job, and I'm sure it's frustrating for him, you know, with all the learning that's going on, coming from being a quarterback and all that. But the guys are great to him. They really help him, and you know, he comes ready to work every day.
What does he really have to work on? You said playing quarterback, you know, in high school. Is it a lot of footwork? Is it a lot of blocking?
Yeah, well, some of it is the footwork, understanding the reads. Some of it is the pass protection, which can be a lot. You know, I mean, the whole thing, really, because he's always been great with the ball in his hands. But there's a big difference being a running quarterback and, you know, kind of being on the move, running downhill all the time, especially with us being under center. So, you know, he's got to learn to be a little bit more patient. I think it's natural when they snap you the ball. There's a natural level of patience that comes with that because it takes a little longer. But he really has great work ethic, and probably more than anything, he's got great energy. He makes everybody better because just the attitude he brings every day, and he will, in some way, shape, or form, help us this year.
And with somebody like that, do you have to bring him along kind of slowly? Is it?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, we're kind of giving it to him all, but you know, I think when it comes to the season, we'll figure out what he does really well, and then, you know, build him. And you know, in speaking to Coach Erb and speaking to Raheem, that's kind of what I think they did with him last year, and I think that really helped him as far as being able to perform last year, but probably more importantly, really being ready to go this year. So I think that's a big part of it.
Speaking to some of the guys at media day, they kind of dismissed the idea of running for 1,000 yards, individual goals. Is that kind of like the mentality that you try to instill in that running back room? Well,
you know, I think it's very important to be selfless guys, to be team guys. You know, we kind of tell them that every week it may go different. You know, it could be a week that, you know, who knows, we're behind and we're throwing the ball a ton of times, and you know, maybe we're catching the ball in the air. Like, you know, kind of tell them you don't know where your reps and your carries are going to come from. And I always tell them it's okay to want the football as long as you play hard when you don't have it. And you know, every one of these guys has done a great job of playing really hard every day. I mean, that's one thing that, you know, since the day I've got here, I have not had an issue with that. I mean, the guys really work, and you know, they push each other to get better.
How do you think you guys are from a pass protection standpoint as a whole?
I think they're doing a great job. I mean, we put a lot on them, and you know, technique-wise, I think we've really improved a lot. At the same time, you know, understanding a completely new pass protection scheme, they've done a really good job with that. You know, very unselfish mindset in that room. You know, those guys really have a great attitude about understanding what a big role they have in pass protection. And Coach McNulty has made that really clear to them from jump, that they're a big part of our pass game.
Is that probably maybe the biggest thing for Pacheco? The biggest hurdle you might have to clear?
Yeah, probably. Just because, you know, all of it, you know, the technique. I mean, he's a super tough guy. It's not that he physically can do it. Just, you know, the technique and understanding that you may have responsibilities on both sides of the field. You know, at times you might be responsible for, you know, linebackers, and other times secondary. So, you know, there's a lot of learning going on for him. And, you know, you want to put him in a position to be successful at a young age. You don't want to put him in a position where he's going to be asked to do things he's not ready to do.
Regarding Trace Sneed, I know you weren't here, but can you tell that redshirt year benefited him for mental and physical strength?
Well, I will say this: he's having a great camp, especially the last week. He's really turned it on. You know, he's been running the ball really well. He's done a great job in protection. He's got great hands, so he's been very motivated. You know, he's had a great camp, and I would guess that, yeah, that's been a benefit to him. You know, knowing the idea that he's got 3 years left says a lot about, you know, where he's at right now.
Do you see a spike of energy in all players, and now it's you know, game days 2 weeks away?
I think this week is really probably the toughest week for all of them. You know, it's really kind of the grind week, and then, you know, next week I think they can start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So, you know, today was a pretty tough day, and they got to put together 2 more really good days. And I think if we get to that point where we're, you know, continue to improve, I think by next week they'll really be fired up and ready to, you know, run out of the tunnel in a couple weeks.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.